So another Fox News alert now. This is our top story of the morning. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson arriving in Russia in about 30 minutes from now, but not expected to meet face-to-face with Vladimir Putin. However, Tillerson flies to Moscow from the G7 summit in Italy, where he and world leaders talked about Russia's support for Syria's Assad regime and that recent chemical attack on its own people.
It's clear to all of us that the reign of the Assad family is coming to an end. But the question of how that ends and the transition itself could be very important. We see no further role for the Assad regime longer term, given that they have effectively given up their legitimacy with these type of attacks.
So there is part of your message now. Benjamin Hall, live in Turkey near the Syrian border for the latest from there. And Benjamin, hello.
Hi, Bill. Well, you're right. Look, this is on the border, and if you want an idea of what is happening in Syria, you come to towns like this. They are packed full of people crossing back and forth to Syria, people very involved in that conflict. And that's exactly what Turkey are trying to stop. The 900-kilometer border between Turkey and Syria was once a porous lifeline for all the groups fighting inside. But since the conflict there has escalated, since ISIS has grown stronger, Turkey has done everything it can to shut this border down. Now they're building a wall which will run the length of the border in an attempt to contain the conflict. It is impossible to cross into Syria at the moment. There are too many armed groups, too many kidnappings, too many bombs. But from here, across the border in Turkey, just by all this barbed wire, stories drip out which paint a picture of a country in chaos. We spoke to a commander in a US-backed Free Syrian Army brigade, and he told us how in Syria they are fighting on all sides.
ISIS was created by Assad after he used excessive force. Now we are fighting many terrorists. Iran, which is a terrorist country, Hezbollah, which is a terrorist group, and ISIS too.
And he also wanted to say that under the Obama administration they really had felt ignored, but there is renewed optimism now that Trump has shown his engagement in the region. Bill?
How are they viewing this recent U.S. involvement, Benjamin?
Well, look, initially, great optimism, great hope, great gratitude towards the U.S. and towards Trump for that strike. But there is this growing sense that maybe it won't go any further, maybe it isn't enough, and that Assad will just continue hitting them harder. And in fact, just today, the Syrian Air Force was dropping barrel bombs on Hama province, and they are indiscriminate barrels packed full of nails, shrapnel, and explosives, which kill women and children. So, yesterday, the U.S. said that the use of these barrel bombs would result in more strikes, meaning Assad still playing a very, very dangerous game here.
Well,
Bill?
along the border there, Syria and Turkey. Thanks, Benjamin Hall, reporting there live.